This video is sponsored by Squarespace, the website building platform that makes it easy for anybody to build a website in a matter of minutes. Stick around till the end of the video to learn more about a special deal they're making available through my channel. I've personally always hated the idea of being incapable. I don't know why that is, it's probably some deep-rooted psychological issues, but I never wanted to be the guy who no one asks to help them move. I never wanted anyone to scoff at the idea of me being able to help lift something. I never wanted to be the guy who gets out of breath on the hike or the bike ride, or who gets injured playing football, or who gets picked last. I hate the idea of people being careful with me as I get older, or of not being able to keep up with my kids when playing. And I really hate the idea that I might be completely useless in an emergency. That's probably one of the reasons that I run this channel, that I've always been interested in functional fitness, so that I can perform well at any task. But it seems that I'm quite alone on this. This isn't really a focus of training for a lot of people. Today it seems like more people are interested in looking good for Instagram, even if that means actually destroying their bodies, becoming less functional with stupid diets or even drugs. They might look cool, but if you ask them to do something, it's just kind of lame. So, to help offer an alternative, I thought I'd create a really basic training program that would double as a kind of fitness test. If you practice these very straightforward exercises, then once you become fundamentally capable in those areas, you should find yourself ready to perform most physical tasks with at least some confidence. To the point where any limitations you continue to face will be things that you just can't overcome, or that you're working towards, or things that are based on skill and technique at the higher levels. You'll have that baseline to apply to any situation. Everybody's going to be able to achieve these things. If you're above a certain age, or if you're physically disabled, then running for 20 minutes, spoilers, might be out of reach. However, you can still use this as a basic framework and build towards each of these elements as much as is possible for you, and in so doing, you'll become increasingly equipped to deal with whatever life throws at you. So this isn't supposed to be like, are you good enough, this person's better than you. It's not about that, it's about training in order to be more capable at all the things you want to be able to do within your capacity. About choosing to be able to do things well, at least hypothetically, so that you have more options, more freedom, and so that you can enjoy life to the fullest. I'm also going to include a super functional standard though, just for those that want to take things to the next level. So the first is a 20-minute continuous jog. Practice this until you can go at a moderate pace, so that you can still talk with a little difficulty, and maintain that the entire time. Once you can do this, you'll be able to run away from danger, you'll be able to play most sports without becoming badly out of breath, you'll be able to go hiking for long distances, play with your kids. Don't underestimate the value of steady-state cardio. So many people write it off because it doesn't build aesthetic muscle, when actually getting out of breath is the thing that's going to stop you doing the most things you want to do. And this isn't as hard to achieve as you might think. If you're not interested in becoming a professional runner, then a little bit of running is more than enough, and especially when that's on top of other things that are already training your aerobic capacity. If you wanted to take this to the more super functional level though, then practice until you complete 10 kilometers in around an hour, and you'll have vast reserves of extra cardio to handle nearly any task with energy to spare. The next, a 2-minute loaded carry with 20 kilograms. Now the loaded carry is one of the most functional exercises that there is. You're picking something up and then walking with it some distance, which is exactly what we do when we're carrying our children, carrying shopping, moving furniture, or perhaps if we need to carry something in an emergency. We're going to build up to being able to walk with 20 kilograms, carried however you like, for 2 continuous minutes. 20 kilograms is a great real-world weight, as it's roughly the weight of a small child, a heavy bag of shopping, or a suitcase. I toyed with the idea of making this relative to your weight, but the truth is the world doesn't change weight as you get stronger or weaker, so this might be harder for some and easier for others. Why not heavier? If you're walking a distance, you're not normally going to be carrying something that heavy. While it might sound cool to be able to carry an injured friend down a mountain, this isn't realistic. Not only is it much harder to carry a human, you also probably wouldn't want to move them in a situation where they're so seriously injured that they can't walk. You'd be more likely to want to support that person partially, making this more of an endurance challenge. But either way, this will build grip strength, postural stability, gait mechanics, and grip. It'll also build mental resilience. And to take this to the super functional level, you're going to aim to carry that same 20 kilogram weight for half a mile. Next up is just 4 pull-ups. This will be very achievable for many of the people who watch this channel regularly, but it could be a significant challenge for the average person. However, it's very much worth being able to pull your own body weight confidently, of course for climbing up onto ledges, hanging onto things, and also pulling other objects if you want to do well in a tug of war, or if you're wrestling, or if you're trying to pull someone out of trouble. Being able to do 4 pull-ups will also naturally mean that you're able to hang, which is another very important capability. And the super functional version of this is being able to climb a rope with no legs for 5 meters. If you can do this, then you'll be able to climb your way out of most situations. Next is 20 push-ups. We have our pulling strength, we also need pushing strength. And I chose push-ups here as the target because it demonstrates a good amount of strength to weight ratio, and strength endurance. You should be able to press at least your body weight, and you should be able to do this for a good number of repetitions. Very rarely do we ever need to press more than our body weight, and when we do, we find that our core strength is usually the limiting factor. The super functional version of this then is to be able to perform 100 push-ups. This is going to give you strength, endurance, and power generation in your pecs to spare. You generally won't need more than this. Next up is 1 minute of kettlebell swings with 10 kilograms. Kettlebell swings perfectly challenge the hip hinge movement pattern and require a sustained but short burst of exertion, power endurance. This is the same type of effort we need when sprinting for short bursts in a sport, for example, when running for the bus or when fighting for rounds. It's also a ballistic exercise. Kettlebell swings will train explosive extension for jumping and other athletic movements, and in short, this ability will translate to better lifting, running, and explosive movement. Whilst it's only 10 kilograms, being able to do this repeatedly will build some strength, so you will be able to lift fairly heavy things off the ground. And for the super functional criteria, the challenges increase to a 2 minute 20 kilogram swing. In the same vein, next up is 20 air squats. We have a push now, we have a pull, and we have a hinge, so we need a squat. Everybody should be able to squat their body weight. 20 reps will ensure a basic level of leg strength and endurance for athletic movements and power generation. For the super functional goal, we're going for 100 squats. If you can pump those out on the spot in one go, you're going to have plenty of leg power, strength, and endurance for sports, life, fighting, etc. Now, some people will wonder why not replace this with a back squat goal. Being able to squat your body weight or 2 times body weight. And I understand that impulse, but again, you simply don't need to lift that much on your back in most real world scenarios, and certainly not to repeatedly squat with it. The back squat is a technical, equipment dependent movement that excludes many body types and ultimately isn't required for most everyday activities. Same reason I chose kettlebell swings over the deadlift. And whilst you don't need to lift very heavy things on your back very often, you do need to be able to squat your own body weight repeatedly and confidently. This will build knee, hip, work capacity, joint integrity, lactate tolerance, strength to weight ratio, general athleticism. When it comes to real world performance, movement is king. Finally, we're going to do a suite of basic mobility drills. Basic mobility is an absolute must for anybody that wants to be able to perform well at most tasks. So you should aim to be able to bend over and touch the ground with your legs straight, deep squat with heels flat on the ground, and reach your hands overhead with your back straight. Whilst these 3 don't cover every aspect of mobility, they do cover the main areas that you need for the vast majority of movements and basic injury prevention. Combined with the push-ups, you'll be able to get up off the floor or squat down low to play with your kids, and you won't be limited in reaching objects, climbing, dancing, or fighting. And the super functional standard adds 4 more movements to this sequence. They are a T-spine rotation, so here you're going to stand on the spot, turn at the torso, not the waist, in order to touch a wall directly behind you. This is a fairly easy test for anyone who is active in the rotational plane. You should also be able to do full bridge, ideally, deep front splits, not necessarily the complete splits, but split nicely in that direction, and deep middle splits. Again, don't have to necessarily go ass to grass, but you should be able to splay your legs. This additional layer of mobility will be sufficient for a wealth of activities, from delivering high kicks to wielding weapons. Practice these exercises, and once you can meet every requirement of the basic standard, you can rest assured that you will be able to handle nearly any task. From basic labour, to playing sports, to hiking, to playing with kids, to dancing and more. You should feel like you have plenty of energy for whatever life throws at you, and you should be less prone to injury or getting out of breath. Hopefully you'll be able to retain that as you get older, so that you don't start losing capabilities. Of course, no test can be truly comprehensive, but I feel this is a very good standard to aim for, a very good starting point. And the best part is that in order to build these capacities, you simply need to practice the exercises in a circuit. This will be enough to build that capacity over time, so this is both an assessment and a full body routine. And if you want to see what this actually looks like as a training routine, then you should check out my ebook and training program, Super Functional Training 3 Super Mover. I've just added an additional full body routine, two actually, based on these standards, based on the basic capability test and the super functional capability test. That comes with cheat sheets that you can download and put on your phone, and it will plug into the main Super Mover workout, meaning that you can swap out the main full body day and try this instead. The main Super Mover routine itself does build all of these capabilities. The Super Mover program focuses on movement, on building movement capacity, so that you will become functional for most things you want to do, whether that's performing athletically, whether it's just moving through life, whether it's doing cool calisthenic stunts, whether it's just performing basic exercises. It's available now for just $55. It comes with a full training plan, a 200+ page ebook, cool anime inspired cue cards to motivate your training, 26 tutorial videos, more than 100 alternative exercise options, and tons of alternative routines like this one that you can swap in and out to keep your training fresh. If that sounds cool, then check it out on the link down below. It costs just $55. Either way, I'd love to hear what you guys think of this. How do you manage it? Can you do all of these things? I just struggle a little bit when we get to the super functional mobility. What would you change? Would you add anything, take anything out? Would love to hear your thoughts. And thank you so much for watching this one, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye for now. By the way, guys, this video was sponsored by Squarespace. Squarespace is a website building platform that makes it extremely easy for anybody to get started with their own website. You can do this by selecting from one of their ready-made templates. They have tons of beautiful options available. You can then customize them to your heart's content and have something bespoke for you ready genuinely in a matter of minutes. Or you can use their AI tools, and that will guide you through the process of building something bespoke, complete from scratch. Either way, you then have a fantastic looking website as your template, and you can start adding features as you like. And Squarespace has so many different features you can choose from. Things like a fully integrated commenting system for threaded comments, replies, and likes. Things like social media integration, search engine optimization so you can see how you're ranking on Google and help yourself get up higher. Things like analytics so you can see who's coming to your website, what's working, what's not. E-commerce tools for selling products online. Appointment scheduling for booking appointments with clients and selling a service. So if you want to find out more, go to squarespace.com. When you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/pioneer for 10% off a website or domain. Thanks again to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Thanks to you guys for watching till the end. And bye for now.